Okay, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are from. We are here for a session. The title is Combining Lean and Agile for Improved Performance. And I'm introducing you, Andrea Nisotto and Daniele Della Vecchia. They are two very good lean agents. They call themselves Key Promotion Officer in Pietro Fiorentini, a company working in oil and gas sector. I give the baton to you, Andrea, directly, so take the baton, please.
Thank you, Roberto, and welcome everybody. Now we'll share our presentation. Okay, can you see it?
Yes, okay.
Okay, now I'll leave the stage to Daniele.
It seems to be mute, your mic. We can't hear you, Daniele. You're mute. You are still mute. Sorry, guys. We did the test before, but this is Gemba. You are mute, Andrea and Daniele. Not hearing you. So I ask people to answer me, can you hear me? Yes. Can you hear Daniele? No. Okay. So there are some problems with the mic in Pietro Fiorentini. Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, sorry guys. I mute myself.
Okay. Just a moment that we share the screen. Okay, should be okay. Just the audio and the video. So starting from the agenda, we will begin this session by speaking about Pietro Fiorentini, a brief presentation, who we are and what we do. Then we will go into detail, talking about our lean journey, and then the agile journey, start about 4 years ago. Finally, we will see how we made these two philosophies coexist within the company, and then in particular in an improvement teams, product and process development team. Then we will see a case study in Gemba, and then we conclude our session with the lesson learned and the next step for Pietro Fiorentini. Starting from the company presentation, Fiorentini is a company born more than 8 years ago in Bologna, in the middle of Italy, and produce components. It started producing components for the methane regulators in the automotive industry. It then shifted the production with another product portfolio to cover the supply chain of the gas transmission, high and medium pressure, and the distribution with the low pressure. Then from 1990, we cover the last part of the supply chain with the meters. So metering the quantity of the gas inside the house or companies. From 2010, we, thanks to some acquisition and then development inside Pietro Fiorentini, we start talking about digitalization, green energy, and decarbonization, thanks to hydrogen and the upgrading and injection of biomethane in the gas network. From 2020, we talk about Pietro Fiorentini, not just of an island company or oil and gas company, but a green energy and energy company. What has just been said in the previous slide is graphically represented here. We are present with our range of products and services, from extraction of natural gas to metering inside homes, passing through transmission and distribution. The lateral appendix on the right, you can see the green gas sector with the production of hydrogen and biomethane. Some numbers about Pietro Fiorentini. The headquarters is in Italy, where there are 9 other production plants, which add up to the 8 production plants abroad. In total, therefore, we have more than 2,050 people who contribute daily to the achievement of the target, which in economic terms it amounts to 465 million of consolidated turnover in 2021. Let's see together our lean path, lean journey, and then we move later to the agile one. The lean journey began in 2000 with the introduction of the KPO function that Roberto told you before, and the execution of the first Kaizen week. So we start in parallel with the education of the Pietro Fiorentini population, and so the training process for the entire company. The next step first concerned the application to the world of products and process development, then the definition of the company strategy through the Oshinkanri and the Lean Transformation Plan. And finally, we find in recent years action aim at to integrate the agile philosophy. So we talk about dual organization, agile and lean, and we start talking about startup agile with a new acquisition. Some numbers regarding the people who deal with improvement in the company. We're about 110 people divided into various plants, and we deal with slightly different area of improvement. So we're talking about Kaizen Promotion Office, KPO involved in special progress abroad, for example, or supply chain and logistic, improvement of the management of the company, and then 3P. So we will see later in the study, in the case study, there is a function called Moonshine that develop our process starting from the raw material to prototype and then to release all your process in the business. Some number regarding the commitment. There are we have done more than 500 Kaizen week in the main production plants, involving around 3,000 teams. So covering about 80% of the Pietro Fiorentini employees, just at least for one Kaizen week. The last data are about revenues and EBITDA. So looking at the turnover, it has grown by 700% in the last 20 years, with an annual growth ratio of 10.4. And at the same time, on the right, the EBITDA grew almost 2,000%. So I now leave the floor to Andrea to continue the presentation with the Agile journey. Thank you, and see you later on the Gemba.
So, why Agile after 20 years of Lean? Basically, because our project had a long lead time. We speak about years, as we see later. Second, the customer, internal and external, requirements are usually not satisfied, and the quality and also the quality of the output of the project was below the expectations. We had a lack of follow-up and ownership, because usually after the project we move the team away, or we broke up the team, and so the stakeholder and also the team member were dissatisfied about the situation. Some examples. The first, a project of new regulator and assembly line development. It took 2 years to finish this project, and after that the pieces sold were very few, because we're missing a feature that our competitors had and we not. Another example, another regulator to develop with his assembly line. In this case, we have some issues about the technical work of the regulator and also the management of the team. And this project takes 4 years to be closed. So what were our mistakes? The first was the lack of prioritization. We tried to carry out at the same time several projects, several activities, of course involving the same people, and they have also daily activities to do. So the setup were a lot, and also the productivity was low. With the agile approach, we try to better prioritize the projects and start another project only when the project before was closed. Another problem that we had is that the projects were carried out through kaizen weeks, and we had 8 kaizen weeks per year. That means that the teams work together for 1 week per month, and the other time didn't work together. And so the setup time in this case was very long, after 1 month without working for the projects. This is the consequence. The productivity was low due to the number of setup, and also the lead time was very long. Here we can see the team's performance curve, and a team became fast, the speed of the team improved after some time, because the people have to know each other, have to know how to work together, and so it takes time to a team to be a high-performing team. And if we move people before or better after that they become a team, we have to start again. And so the productivity of the new team is low, because we have to start this path again. Another point is the lack of alignment with the stakeholder, because usually the team starts without clearness in expectation of the sponsors, and goals not well defined. So with agile approach, we introduce the lift-off to define at the beginning the vision, the purpose, and the risk of the project with all the stakeholders. We combine our Kaizen week that we are still doing, of course, with the agile sprints. And we have to be flexible about this, because we work with our consultants that can be here just 8 weeks per year. And so we, according to this, we decided to align sprint and Kaizen week. And when our sprint is usually a 2-week sprint, and when it couldn't happen, we decide to make the sprint longer, so 3 weeks sometimes, to align the first week of the sprint with our Kaizen week. Another important tools of the Agile approach, in particular the Scrum approach, is the retrospective that help the team to analyze how they work together and what were the results of the sprint, and the most important point, to define improvement actions to be done during the next sprint. Okay, now we see together a case study, so a new team of course, product and process development, and then we will move to the way of the team in Gemba. First of all, the team was an interfunctional team, putting together different functions. It is a young team. The average age of the team member is 28 years old. They could decide the technical feature of the project according, of course, to the stakeholder, but the final decision is there. And they decide together how to work and how to develop the product and the line. The approach was, of course, different with Agile. We moved from the waterfall model, in which we can close the development of the product after some gate, and we release the value to the customer at the end of the project. With Agile and with sprints, the stakeholder can see the results of the work every 2 weeks, give feedback, of course, and so the team can adjust the path during the project. So we don't deliver the value, the final product to the customer at the end, but we show how the project is doing every 2 weeks, collect feedback, and act according to this feedback. So in this case, the FarmTap product, we start preparing a quick guide for the marketing to present the product to the customer. Then we develop the first sample, and we test this sample on the field. Then, after the test, we prepare the technical brochure for the sales to present to the customer our product. And finally, we release the last version of this product. We use the same approach also to the process development, so the production preparation process, the 3P. So we start studying the flow of the line, then we prepare the model. We try the most important feature of the line with prototypes, and then we assemble the final line. In this project, what makes the difference is to choose with the stakeholder what do and what leave, and of course prioritize the most important things according to this alignment. Now I leave the stage to Daniele for the Gemba walk.
Thank you, Andrea. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
You Andrea, should stop the sharing. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, can you see me? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Perfect.
we can
Okay.
see you and hear you.
Perfect. We are in the Gemba, so in the Obeya of the team. The Obeya is the place where the team collaborate, work, and do the meeting every day. So this is the part of the Obeya where with the daily meeting, the review, the retrospective to take place. Just to take the journey of the Obeya, we start from these documents that represent the strategy of the division. So according to the strategy of the division, we create a roadmap for developing the product, the new product, and both the processes that are going to be developed by the team. So we create the project sheet and all the roadmaps that represent the milestone and the step of development, both for the product and for the process. On the next part of the Obeya, then we have just find out which are the opportunities to the market to develop, and then we go deep in detail with technical information with the market about competitors, which are the marketing technical requests of the product and the processes, and we write the project charter. So what we expect about and from this product and process. Going down to the daily, we see this board. That is the board that helps the team to know which are the goals of the sprint, and then starting from the goals, create all the activities, the story, and then the tasks that has to be performed in order to fit the goals and reach the goals, and both the milestone present in the roadmap, and then shared with the stakeholders that could be division leader, the marketing, both the customer. So we can see, just for an example, we are on the 27th sprint of this team. Here we can see all the goals. You can see 3 different colors because we are closing 2 projects, 2 products, and then starting from the last one, the 3rd one. Here we can track through the board down chart the performance of this team in terms of velocity. So how many tasks, how many story points we can perform every day according to the goals and the stories inside the backlog. And then we have the board down chart of the project, so we can track all the performance of every sprint and then give more detail to the customer to the completion of the project. Going to the second part of the board, we can see a funnel. So this levelize the prioritization of both these 3 projects. So the activities on the upper part represent the first priority for the team. And as all these priorities that are insert in this board according to the goals are decided for the PO. So the PO decided the prioritization, the goals according to the customer and the stakeholder. Then the team write all the tasks that has to be performed. So Andrea told you before about the deployment of the decision making. The team write down all the tasks that has to be performed in order to reach the goals, and then we have a simple
Daniele, you are mute. Daniele. Some problems. Daniele, you are still mute. Okay, now seems to be...
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, perfect. So we have to doing done part of the board where we can track the completion of all the activities. And then just to manage all the stream of the test line and all the components where we are going to develop, we can track the journey of these components and the occupation, the capacity of the stream. Going down to what the team produced, here we have the line that you saw before in the presentation. So we close the circle of the Obeya with the line of the farm task that you saw before. And here you can see threshold, the first stage of a product development. So this product is not assembled in this line, is the last product in the team backlog. So we just release the product of the line that you see in the Obeya. Then in the next few weeks, we are going to release the process in the space for the process of this product. So it is a continuous work for the team. That's all from the Obeya. I leave the floor to Andrea. Thank you.
Okay, Andrea, it's your time.
Yes. Okay. So what results we achieve with this team? We are able to reduce the 60% of the lead time compared to a similar project. We also reduce the reworks between the function putting together during the review, and we increase the skill of the team sharing the knowledge. Some lesson learned and next steps. The first lesson learned is that not all the framework, the Agile framework, works for every kind of project. So we see the project pyramid, starting from the base, the run or kaizen projects, the grow kaikaku, and the transformation or innovation projects. So the complexity increase going up in the pyramid. So we try different kind of framework, and for us, Scrum with more complex environment, and Kanban is good for complicated project. So just a quick view of a board, a Kanban board using for prioritize some tasks, in this case quality tasks, but we use also for Gemba Kaizen, and we can see also the progress of every single tasks. This is the structure that for us working well, supporting the Agile team with a project coordinator that work with the sponsor of the team and help the team to reach the target, and Agile coach help also the team and work with the Scrum Master to train them about the Agile approach and Scrum approach. So the next step for us will be make the team more stable, increase the speed of the teams with the retrospective. We have to increase the number of skilled PO and Scrum Master, and we will try to combine the Agile approach, the Agile mindset with the Oshinkanri. Thank you, everybody. I don't know if
there are
some questions.
If you close the sharing, Andrea.
Yes.
There are a couple of questions. One from Guido Bunder, if I correctly pronunciate. In the Scrum board, I see the PDCA cycle. What exactly makes it different from Lean? Okay. The PDCA cycle in the Scrum board, we use, the approach is the same, but the results that we share with the sponsor is faster. And so the solution that we find, we can share with everybody and understand if it's okay or we have to change something. So we can
basically decide faster if we have to keep or not this solution.
Okay. Another question, the last question. A question about your lean approach. Did you also implement a strong daily shop floor management which involves all employees in the Gemba to track and improve the factory results on a daily basis?
Yes, of course. We have a daily meeting in each line with the team leader and also all the people that work in the line and all the functions that support the line. During this meeting, we check the results, the performance of the processes, and we decide what kind of action implement for the day before. So this is a daily basis meeting and daily basis Gemba Kaizen.
Last question. Do you use any new technology to do the pre-development?
Yes, we use the fast prototyping to have an idea of the shape of the product and try some assembly. Of course, we produce pieces that manage pressure, so we cannot test them, but we can test the assembly line with the prototype. So the fast prototype, the 3D printing help us to do this.
Okay, thank you very much, Andrea and Daniele. A thank to all of you that participated to this session. A greeting from my Gemba. I'm doing some training today, as you can see. And let's go to the other session. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Roberto, and thank you, everybody.